What's up, YouTube and WWE Universe? WrestleMania, the granddaddy of them all, takes place this Sunday, April the 6th. Pre-show begins at 5 p.m. and consists of the two battle royals, while the main card begins at 7 p.m. First up, pre-show women's battle royal. I see your winner being Lacey Evans. There's been talk of a former diva being included, but I think that all this build-up with Lacey Evans has to finally go somewhere. This would be the perfect spot to make her seem like a big deal by winning and eliminating most of the women in the match. On another note, I could also say Asuka. She was the winner of the first Women's Royal Rumble and recently lost the Women's Championship, and she needs to win. Next up, we had the Andre the Giant Memorial Battle Royal, which would be won by the SNL hosts. The SNL host enemy, Braun Strowman. Honestly, I don't know where else I could go with this. We could pick Apollo Crews and Titus O'Neil because they both look great on Raw, but this is among the reasons they won't win. All this match basically is surrounding Braun Strowman and SNL. If I was to make a second pick, I would have to choose a returning Bray Wyatt, or how about a face-off at the end between Braun Strowman and Lars Sullivan, with Lars gaining the victory. Honestly, I may just skip the pre-show and watch it later. There's just too much wrestling on in one day. Possibly on the main show, even though this will probably be on the pre-show. Cruiserweight Championship, Buddy Murphy versus Tony Nese. Buddy Murphy has to lose sometime, just as Pete Dunne. But as someone who doesn't normally watch 205 Live, I don't know what the story will be for either man after this. I did, however, predict this match coming. Also, would SmackDown possibly go into 3 hours? What is there to say for 205 Live? Will they move it to a different hour, or is this the end? We had Baron Corbin versus Kurt Angle, and I'm honestly hoping this is a quick squash and then Angle has a second mystery opponent. They could make it someone that he has history with, and they can give us a better match. Jeff Jarrett will be a good choice, or this could be where The Undertaker appears, similar to what happened with John Cena. I say Kurt Angle takes the win. Finn Balor, the Demon, versus Bobby Lashley for the Intercontinental Championship. Finn Balor becomes Intercontinental Champion. I think it would be a really dumb idea if they didn't have Balor win if they bring the Demon out. 4-way for the Women's Tag Team Championship. We had the Divas of Doom, the Samoans, the Iconics, and the Boston Hug Connection. I honestly could see the Iconics winning the championship, and they will sometime, but is WrestleMania too soon? I think the Boston Hug Connection will retain simply for the closing segment of Mania, and I also want to see Trish and Lita versus the Boston Hug Connection. Roman Reigns versus Drew McIntyre. I think this will end in a double disqualification, double count out, or no contest. I can't see either of these two pinning each other for the win. Both are more likely in line for pushes, so I don't see either man beating the other. Triple H versus Batista, no holds barred retirement match. Either way this goes, someone winds up retiring. I think Triple H will somehow win this in the end. Triple H has to keep his options open so he's available for the next time he wants to steal the spotlight. Batista has already said that he's only back for one match, so there's no reason to give him the win. Hopefully Ric Flair can cost Batista the win. I'm going with Triple H. For the Universal Championship, we have Seth Rollins versus Brock Lesnar. Strangely, after thinking about this, I think I'm going with Brock Lesnar to retain. Everyone assumes Seth will win and the fans will go home happy, but just imagine how the fans will feel if Brock retains. I think this will make things even better when Becky walks out as the Women's Champion. SmackDown Tag Team Championship 4-way, we had the Usos, Rusev and Nakamura, Aleister Black and Ricochet in the bar. I go with a happy Rusev Day as Rusev and Nakamura become Tag Team Champions. I think Black and Ricochet have an out after having that amazing match 2 nights before, and I just don't see the bar getting the titles again. The Usos have to lose since this is the punishment for their forfeit against the New Day, so there's only one team left, unless they surprise us with Sanity, who will become the Tag Team Champions. Also, I hope somewhere in here we get an Elias segment interrupted by the Honky Tonk Man. Next is AJ Styles versus Randy Orton. This is another match I could see with no decision in either a double counter or double disqualification. to continue the feud. I think it should eventually come down to a loser leaves SmackDown match. U.S. Championship, we get Samoa Joe versus Rey Mysterio. I think Samoa Joe will retain. However, I'm curious if Rey Mysterio will even be in the match. I honestly would put Mustafa Ali in this spot. I think Almas or Truth versus Joe would be too repetitive of what we've been seeing, and Ali would be something different. Please just don't give us John Cena. I'm going to have to go with Samoa Joe to retain. Miz versus Shane McMahon, falls count anywhere. I think in the end, we all know Miz is winning. Shane McMahon doesn't go to WrestleMania to win. He goes to do something crazy. This year will be no different. Let's also see Mr. Miz get into it with Mr. McMahon. WWE Championship, Kofi Kingston versus Daniel Bryan. Imagine if Brock retained and Kofi didn't win. How would you feel? I think Daniel Bryan will retain. I honestly think Kofi could become champion before the end of the year, but we won't get it at Mania, sadly. Women's Championship match, Ronda Rousey, Becky Lynch, and Charlotte. Becky Lynch will become the Raw Women's World Champion, and we end WrestleMania closing with the Horsewomen facing off against the other Horsewomen, with all of the WWE Horsewomen holding championships. I think this match is happening eventually, and I think it would be good for a Survivor Series match. Recently added Raw Championship, the Revival versus Hawkins and Ryder. Please don't let this be the end of the streak with jokes about the streak ending at WrestleMania. The Revival for the win because they deserve so much better than to lose to Hawkins and Ryder. Anyhow, WrestleMania is coming Sunday. Be sure to let you know what you think, thoughts and comments and opinions. Hopefully WrestleMania will offer some surprises and something entertaining. I'll be back with a review and more videos, so be sure to stay tuned and subscribe and enjoy WrestleMania.